Hello and welcome. 2nd of July, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm off work today. It's sunny. Let's have an allotment update. Right, we'll start at the front and work our way back. I'll go fast over the first two beds because they're not very pretty. So where all the old strawberries were, I took them all out, paved it over temporarily till I work out what's going on. I did took some strawberry runners off the plants, starting afresh with my strawberries. Some of them are producing runners already. I once produced a strawberry already. I'm having that before the animals get there. So that's, like I say, not pretty. My grass area, I did cut that back and I'll show you what I did with that grass in a minute. Here we go, we got vegetables, we've got my main crop of potatoes, we've got King Edward and Maris Piper, we've got my red Baron onions here. These were in a container, but the container was starting to get full of grass. I couldn't work out what was grass and what was onions. So see the amount of grass I got out of there. Anyway, so they're in there now, doing all right. We've got Pompeii spring onions. Again, they were in a container just getting all weedy, so I popped them out. They're in clumps, red barons in rows. Prima cabbages. Don't normally grow cabbages, they're safe behind their chicken wire. Oh, look behind there, the garlic. That'll be ready soon, I normally pluck it in July, I think. The leaves are starting to go brown. Oh, love growing garlic. This bed was weeds 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Cleared all that out. Thankfully the weeds haven't come back. I've started to plant some kale there. Work out what I'm doing here. There we go, another good bed. We have got two types of beetroots. We've got Chioggia and Peonaza de Gito. Mouthful that. I'll pick a couple of these, I think, see if they're ready. They look all right.
Dave. Dig.
Behind there, my peas, Paco peas. I had let all that area go weedy because I was concentrating on weeding that bed and that one. I cleared all that out. I had 2 rows of peas. One row uncovered, unprotected. They all got eaten by birds, I'm presuming. The peas protected by the spiky twigs, they're alright. And I've planted some more and I've got another row of beetroot gone in there. Then we get to what we got here. We've got my second early potatoes, Nicola and Bonnie. At the back here, we've got my leeks that I've let flower, hopefully go to seed, produce some seeds. And we've got my broad beans. Kind of forgot about these. Planted these in February, I think. And they are producing beans aplenty. I'm going to take some of them today, see what they're like. Next, what have we got? We've got my first early potatoes that I've started to take up already. Casablanca and Sharps Express. This is where I put the grass. I cut back, that I mentioned earlier on. Them up slightly. We've got my sensu yellow onions. I did take a few of these that had started to bolt. I've eaten most of them. Some are starting to flop over, like this fella for example. Kind of sign that they're ready. Some are standing firm, like this guy. He's going to be a big one. Squeaky onion sound there. And in between, my companion planting of my spare tomatoes that just went out here. They're not dying. I wouldn't say they were taking off. They look healthy enough, but they're just not shooting up. Christmas potatoes there. I thought I'd died, but hadn't. And this bed again was covered in weeds the other week. Again, the weeds haven't come back, so that's all good. Then we'll get on to what I'm going to put in here. Oh, they're down here, so I'll show you. No, I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you that now. So normally this time of year, or maybe slightly earlier than this, I've got reinforcements that I'm calling from home, that I've started up at home. Courgettes, pumpkin, squash, sweet corn, leeks. I'm a bit later this year because I waited till all risk of frost has passed. I think I waited a bit too long, to be honest. But the reinforcements that I normally call them, it's been a disaster. It's been a disaster. Let's have a look. My sweet corn. I've probably only got 6 plants there. They should be about that tall by now. Some of them have just failed. Don't know why. Maybe because of the hot weather. My squash, pumpkin and courgettes. There's a whole variety of them here. Oh, look at them. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I've maybe got one good one. Catalogue of errors on these. Sowed the seeds. Germination was alright. Maybe 90% of them came up. All was going well. They were in smaller containers at home. I went away for a couple of days and left someone to water them while I was away. That wasn't the problem. No blame there. When I came back, all the leaves had started to go floppy. I'm thinking they're not getting enough water. They're obviously losing water faster than they're taking it in. So although the compost was wet, I just kept putting more water on it. I didn't make them swim or anything, but it was certainly moist. And they didn't get any better. I decided to transfer them to bigger pots that you see now. And on doing so, I saw that the roots hadn't developed. In fact, some of the roots were like rotten. So obviously they weren't taking enough water in, but that's because they didn't have a good enough root system. I'd added to the problem by putting more water on. And the slugs got to them. Then it was really hot. And it's just been not a good year. Anyway, so that's what I've got. I had loads more last year. I was courgettes by the dozen last year. That is probably the only courgette one I've got left. Anyway, but it's all good because I can rely on my leeks, can't I? No. Oh, I had hundreds last year. Oh. Now, admittedly, I sowed less this year. Maybe 80 or 100 were in here. What have I got there? 1, 2, 3, maybe 15, 20 tops. I don't know whether it's too hot for them or what, but that is no good. That is like some emergency ones a few weeks after, but no good. I don't know if there's enough sweet corn. Pollinate each other with wind, don't you? Plant them in blocks. 6 is enough for a block. Still, not everything can work, can it? But reinforcements are certainly not arriving in the quantities I normally have. But you live and learn, don't you? Right, let's move on. So what a sorry tale that is. Unlike the fruit zone, apples, I didn't prune this apple tree this year. They're already starting to produce. It's going to be another good year for apples, I think. Pear tree. Always blossoms. Always produces loads of leaf. Leaves die back. It's got some kind of disease, I think. I always end up with like 2 or 3 pears that don't get to any sufficient size. Plums, it was a bad year for plums last year, I only got 5. I've got a few still on the tree there. All good. And my cherries. There's still a few left on the tree. The birds always get them. Provides a nice bit of shade though. Autumn fruiting raspberries. Cut most of them back to the ground like you're supposed to. I did leave 10 or so, about 60 centimetre height. They're already producing raspberries. Not very big ones, but they're already producing raspberries. We'll go on to the ones I cut back to the ground in a minute. Currants. Yes. Yes. Some more currants back here. Even more. Brambles. I'll leave that, see if it produces. I think they're new branches there, so probably won't get any. So we'll see. It's not doing any harm there, is it? The raspberries that I did cut back then, so I have a V shape there. So they're probably the same height. They've caught up height wise, but not got any raspberries on them yet. Some flowers, so they'll come, that's alright. Pond here, still got, I think there's still tadpoles, I don't think they've grown any legs yet. Getting pondweed, which I guess is a good sign, but I'll cut all the lights out of there, so we'll have to keep our eye on that. Oh, the nursery area. This was just 2 sides of glass to protect my seedlings if I transferred them out here. I extended it. Put 2 more rows of glass, just roughly staked some wood into the ground and inserted glass panes in between, and this is where my spare peppers and chillies went. They are doing absolutely fine in here. So my spare peppers and chillies. Some I put into the shed/greenhouse, which I'll show you in a minute, and I did take 4 home with me. You might have seen I decorated some of them pots with pictures to help me identify them. Just by chance, the peppers, chillies that came home with me: Britney Spears, a dinosaur, Taylor Swift. What a night that was. Right, also in the back here we've got a couple of potato plants. That's just a bonus one that just cropped up out of nowhere. That's a first early one that I forgot. Probably come up soon into the shed/greenhouse. Got tomatoes there, pressing their little faces against the sun. So what we got here? We've got a chosen few peppers, chillies that made it indoors, and this one's got chilli already. There's some more over there. Got flowers on them. All good. 4 types of tomato here, all reaching the roof. What have we got? We've got Black Russian, Orange Queen, Tigerella and Craigella. 2 Black Russians did stay at home on a south facing window. They are now taller than me. That is not saying much, but they're taller than me. So tomatoes all good. Flowers, all good, all good. Right, then we've got a beautiful picture there. My nephews gave me that. Thank you guys. Really helped me to know what I'm talking about. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. Right, I think, yes, that is it for this week. Thank you for watching. click subscribe, send me your comments. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.